What if I told you that the key to lifelong wealth and happiness isn't buried in some secret offshore vault, hidden in a spreadsheet, or locked inside a 9 to 5 grind? What if the secret was you? Let me give it to you straight. If you want to transform your life, stop working harder on your job and start working harder on yourself. Sounds simple, right? Unless you change how you are, you'll always have what you've got. But how often do we actually live that truth? Here's something most people never realize. Your income will almost never outgrow your personal development. The major key to your better future is you. Sure, you might get lucky, a surprise promotion, a lucky break, maybe even $1 million inheritance. But if you don't grow to match that windfall, that money will vanish as quickly as it came. Ever heard this one? If all the money in the world were divided equally, it would soon end up back in the same pockets. Why? Because success isn't about chasing money. It's about becoming the kind of person who attracts it. Let that sink in. Success is attracted by the person you become, not the paycheck you chase. So, are you ready to become that kind of person? Are you ready to stop waiting for life to hand you a win and start preparing yourself to deserve one? Because today, I'll show you 3 powerful steps that can completely change your life. These aren't just surface-level hacks or generic self-help fluff. This is real. This is transformation. Step 1. Learn how things work. Study life like it's a treasure map. Want to change your life? Start with this. Get obsessed with understanding how life works. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. I mean, really obsessed. Not just skimming motivational quotes on social media. Not just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. I'm talking about diving deep into knowledge like your life depends on it, because it does. There's no such thing as a money problem. Only an idea problem. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. Don't believe me? Try this. Next time you catch yourself thinking, I don't have enough money, flip the script. Say, I haven't discovered the idea yet. Because that's the truth. Ideas are what change lives, not luck, not handouts, not blame. So how do you find these life-changing ideas? Simple. You study. Want to be successful? Study success. Want to be joyful? Study joy. Want to become wealthy? Then study wealth. Don't leave it to chance. Don't wing it. Make it your mission. Some people go through life hoping. Others go through life learning. Guess who wins? Here's a question for you. Are you relying on hope, or are you building a strategy? Now, here's where most people go wrong. They try to remember everything. They treat their brain like a storage closet. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. Don't believe me? Try this. Next time you catch yourself thinking, I don't have enough money, flip the script. Say, I haven't discovered the idea yet. Because that's the truth. Ideas are what change lives, not luck, not handouts, not blame. So how do you find these life-changing ideas? Simple. You study. 1. Read like your future depends on it, because it does. Here's something all successful people have in common. They read. A lot. They're curious. They crave insight. They inhale information like oxygen. You don't need to read 8 hours a day. But what if you gave yourself 30 minutes daily to fill your mind with something powerful? Inspirational? Instructional? Think of this. What could 30 minutes of focused reading a day do for you in a year? 5 years? Your lifetime? There are books that will teach you how to speak, lead, influence, grow, connect, decide, and inspire. Books written by people who've walked the road you're about to travel, who've mapped it out, potholes and all. You just have to pick up the map. The worst thing one can do is not to try, to be aware of what one wants and not give in to it, to spend years in silent hurt wondering if something could have materialized, never knowing. 2. Listen like a student, not a follower. Reading is great. But sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs come from simply listening, not to the loudest voice in the room, but to the wisest, the most experienced, the one who's been where you're trying to go. And yes, you can learn from failure too. Listen to unsuccessful people. Pay attention to what they complain about, what they avoid, what they neglect. Their mistakes are your warnings, but don't stop there. Here's a wild idea. Take someone successful out to dinner. Yes, you read that right. Pay for the meal. Ask them questions. Listen deeply. That $80 dinner might multiply your income fivefold. It could change how you think, how you speak, how you show up in the world. Crazy thing is, most people never do it. Because most people are waiting to be rescued, instead of investing in their own rescue. 3. Observe the winners. Success leaves clues. Want a free education? Start watching successful people like a learner. How do they greet others? What do they wear? How do they speak? How do they handle setbacks? Seriously, if someone is earning $10,000 a month, don't mock their habits. Watch their walk, their routine, their mindset. You might think, well, that's a silly little walk. Maybe, but it pays 10 grand. So who's really being silly? Be different. Be curious. Pay attention. Success doesn't shout. It whispers. And if you're watching, you'll hear it. Now, let's level up. Step 2. Go to work. Start moving. Even if it's small. Especially if it's small. Let's say you've got the ideas. You've read the books. Listen to the mentors. Observe the habits. Now what? You go to work. Learn to love the effort. Yes, this is the part everyone loves to skip. But here's the truth. Information without action is just decoration. It makes you look smart, but leaves your life exactly the same. You've got to do something. What could you do tomorrow that might flip the entire trajectory of your life? That's not a metaphor. That's a real question. What's one phone call, one habit, one small win you could aim at right now? Here's the trick to discipline. Start with the small stuff. Make your bed. Write the list. Finish the book. Keep the promise. And do it again. Each small action is like adding a brick to your foundation. Eventually, you're standing on a rock-solid platform while everyone else is stuck in the sand. Big changes? They're built from tiny, consistent actions. Step 3. Respect the process. Don't cut corners. Don't game the system. Now for the final step. Don't cut corners. Don't game the system. Don't look for quick fixes or shiny hacks that promise overnight success. Because when you shortcut the process, you shortchange the result. Want a rich life? Then do it the right way, even if it takes longer. Especially if it takes longer. Earn it. Grow into it. Become it. You can't cheat the climb and expect the view. And remember, you're not just building income. You're building character, wisdom, strength, resilience, self-respect. Take the long road, because that's the one with lasting rewards. The big question, what are you going to do about it? Let's get real. Everything you just read, it's just potential. Potential doesn't pay the bills. Potential doesn't build a legacy. Action does. So let me ask you this. What are you going to do, starting tomorrow, that will move your life in a better direction? Because if you don't do something different, nothing will be different. 5 years from now will look exactly like the last 5. Unless you make a decision. Change doesn't require perfection. It doesn't demand that you leap mountains today. It just asks you to choose, to move, to become. Final thoughts. Your future is hiding inside you. Yes, you are succeeding. I believe in you. You don't need permission to change. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need everyone's approval. You just need to look within and say, enough. Let's go. All the potential in the world is already inside you, untapped, waiting, ready to explode. It's there in your creativity, your discipline, your courage, your hunger to grow. So what are you going to do with it? Will you stay the same or start becoming someone new? Because here's the truth no one tells you. You can change everything, starting today, but only if you choose to. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. That is something you have charge of. Excuses are the nails used to build a house of failure. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice.